we are again in day 3 this time. Today's prompt was vessel. This is one of the ones that I went into with an idea already in mind. The first thing I thought of when I thought of vessel was a ship. I was not about to draw a ship. But we went to DeviantArt, Adorkastock, and we took a look around at a few different pose references. It actually took me a little while to find the pose I wanted to use today. Not because I couldn't find a good one, but because there were so many good ones. Like, I probably spent a good 5 or 6 minutes just looking through, and the one that I found wasn't even in the original category I was looking in. So I'm really happy I stumbled across it. All in all, I'm really happy with what I ended up with in regards to this piece. I like how she's floating. I like how there's a glow around her. I like how her hair is. In contrast, going back to the method of sketching over top of the image really helped me loosen up the pose, focus a little bit less on getting it exactly right, and a little bit more on doing what I wanted. I would still be interested in seeing what I would do if I were to then draw it again. I mentioned it in yesterday's video of wanting to redraw the prompt because I didn't like it very much, but looking at today's that I do like, I'm still getting that feeling, you know, of what would happen if I were to draw this again next month or next year, and just to see, do you really change that much in 31 days? I think you might. So that might be something fun for me to play around with, maybe as a big, like, I don't know, end of Inktober special. I'll do a speed paint of me redrawing each one. Who knows? We'll see. One of the things that I played around with, I added a lot more color in this one than I did for the last one. I really like the yellow going into the teal of her hair. And the whole idea behind this image is the body itself is the vessel. Maybe she's being possessed by a benevolent spirit. Maybe she's calling forth the power of a spirit. Whatever reason, she is bringing power into or out of herself, and you can see it shining out of her eyes and her mouth. The inspiration from this came from a mixture of Sailor Moon style transformations and a mixture of that scene at the end of Beauty and the Beast, if you've seen that Disney movie where the Beast is like transforming and there's light like shooting out of different body parts. That always had a really big impact on me. But yeah, again, there's not a whole lot to talk about in regards to the artwork itself, except that I did have a lot of fun making it. The socks I was not expecting. I haven't drawn striped socks in years. I used to draw them all the heckin' time. And they turned out a lot better than I expected, and I really enjoyed, I mentioned that I added more colors into here. I enjoyed the almost like ink wash effect that I was going for. I played around using grays and whites, and honestly the blending tool way more than I normally do. I think honestly my absolute favorite parts of this artwork would be the shoes and the skirt, and how I did the shading on both of those. If I were to pick something I liked the least out of this drawing, it's going to be the magic coming out of her hand. I don't feel like it looks anything like magic. It was supposed to be like a magic spell, and I've attempted to use this technique before of magic coming out of the palm of the hand, and I'm still not quite happy with it, but I keep trying to do it. So maybe one of the things that I can do in the future as a little warm-up exercise maybe would be to look at how other artists have chosen to draw magical attacks, like, you know, go back to old school Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, and some newer artists, just like a collection of different artists. See how they do, you know, spirit attacks, light attacks, anything where power is coming out of the hand, and see how they have illustrated that. And then practice my own version of what they have done, which is something that you are supposed to do as an artist. But that's kind of most of what I've got to say about this art. I had a lot of fun with it. I believe I did the entire thing on stream from start to finish. If not, I think there might have been like a little bit left afterwards. And as always, I am streaming every single day of Inktober, or as I'm calling it, Digitober. I'm streaming every single day of it. I think I like Twitch so far. I did Twitch today. I will probably do Twitch tomorrow as well. You can catch me around 9:30 in the mornings, EST, Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come and hang out with me while I make these Inktober prompts, I am almost always working on the prompt for the following day. So yesterday I worked on day 3 Vessel, today I worked on day 4 Knot, and tomorrow I will be working on day 5's prompt, and I don't know which that prompt is. I'll have to look it up. And yes, you can find me pretty much anywhere on the interwebs under LuuluSoul. I'm also available in some video games. You could probably find me playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I've been playing Hades lately when I'm doing my video game streams, which usually happen more towards the evenings. And for a special dish for anyone who is watching this on Sunday evening, tomorrow is Monday, and I will be a part of a podcast where you get to see me hanging out, joking around with some friends. So lots of goodies coming up. That being said, I hope you dandelions have had a wonderful weekend and hope you have a wonderful week. And if you don't, you know what? That's okay too. Because we're here for you and we love you. See you tomorrow.